Yo, what's good? It is another sick podcast, Anvil Show. I am your boy Clyde. As you can see, I am wearing white this evening. You probably know what that signals, what that signifies. So yeah, we're gonna get right into why Clyde has waved the white flag. But before all that, Sammy, go ahead and start me up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. And Bill Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Yes, sir. It's going to be sick. Let's go ahead and jump into our sponsorship. There we go. Download the DraftKings Sportbook app. Use DraftKings code 6sports to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just 5 on any NFL bet. Again, that's DraftKings, a word to our sponsor. Sammy, go ahead and bring in Frick. There's no frack this evening.
Frack.
There's
So
no frack this evening.
Frack is taking care of HR.
Yes.
She's down under the weather, Miss Sarah. So
Yes.
hopefully she gets to feeling better. We have a home game, and her presence is needed at the tailgate.
All the things, yes. So please get better, ma'am. We are thinking about you tonight. But before we absolutely start, let's go ahead and sound that official sound that you all know very well. And that is the official sound of the Anvil. It's hilarious because as soon as I said that, I heard Moon Pie yell. That is not the sound. Omaha, that
You got
beautiful
some
young girl.
fucking magic ears, dude.
I do.
Because
I do.
my doors are closed, my headset's on, and I can barely hear her. But yet you knew exactly who it was. You don't even know where in the hell she's at in the house.
Listen, man, tell Moon Pie she's gonna stop blowing up our spot. Okay, I love her to death, but she stay hating on the spot.
I tell you what, we need to have her on, make an appearance more, and
My goodness,
and our show might grow.
It might grow because she's a lovely little lady, but she stayed blowing up our spot. But let's jump into what we need to talk about. Before we do that, please like, subscribe, follow all the things on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, of course, the X. You can find me at Colts Clyde on the X. You can find him at
Big P Colts.
still the worst handle out there. However,
I say we take a poll on that.
Okay, well, we'll do
Because
that.
I think you're just jealous
Big P.
that there's no Big Clyde Colts.
Yeah, okay, well. Anywho, let's just get right into this. We have marching orders tonight. We are going to slide right underneath that time hack.
Let's do it.
Listen.
'Cause I'm pretty pissed, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. And you know me probably as well as my wife does. I always stay on the positive side no matter what. And I'm still on the positive side, but I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Okay.
You want to play fucking championship football in late December into January, and you come out and give me a showing like that? No, that's not a championship caliber team. That's not even a playoff team.
Playoffs? We talking about playoffs?
No shit.
We're trying to win a game. Playoffs.
And then knowing that your future's in your hands and your hands alone. You don't have to ask nobody for help. You don't need to, pray to the football gods that this team wins and that team loses just so you can squeak in. You controlled it. And you came out and played the way you guys did? Dude.
Okay.
Horse shit.
Merry Christmas. Even though it was yesterday.
Merry Christmas, my friend. I'm sorry. But this has been on me since Sunday. I went out to the garage with the hammer. I busted shit I shouldn't have been busting. I was mad.
Wow. What is that noise? Do you hear that?
That was my chair. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's like some tranquil shit. Hold on. Hold on. I know what that is. That's my TV. Can you hear that?
I cannot hear it. I'm telling you, man, you got some like $8 billion headset or something.
No, that's coming out of my theater. We were watching a movie and then we left. And now like this tranquil music is playing.
What kind of dad are you that leaves the room with the TV on that's not being watched?
Well, I had to come to
That's
work.
sinful. Just like allowing other people in the house to control the thermostat. Real dads don't do that.
Okay. Well, anywho, can I
Just
finish what I
a
was
PSA
saying?
there. You haven't even started, so please start.
'Cause you started with your I'm mad at the world.
I,
Shit. Heal the world. Okay, look. Here we go. I am wearing all white, which people who know me well know I never do.
never.
But I am waving the white flag because I am sick and tired of being sick, watching this useless scheme that we call defense. Now, I want to point out some things. Okay. Yes, we lost. We gave Atlanta maybe one of their best outings all year with Taylor Heineke, who hadn't even played all year. It's a lot of things here. We talked about stopping Bijan Robinson. Didn't do that. Okay. He's created
Didn't even try.
didn't even try. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay. We just gonna get straight to it. Because I got some goodies. Got some goodies. I had to finally find somebody who's seen things like me. So I'm gonna read this. This is from Colts Report. They are on Instagram. So shout out to Colts Report. On top of a lack of offense production, it has become glaringly obvious in two of the last three games, Bengals and Falcons, that the Colts defense has not only become easily exploitable, but more importantly, incredibly stubborn. What I've been yelling at the top of my lungs. Gus Bradley's complete unwillingness to tailor his game plan to the current status of the game is costing the team opportunities and is entirely penalizing. The Colts undeniably have a handful of players that have continuously bailed out a lack of an intelligent scheme. God, I love how this guy writes. Leading to Bradley's cowardly bend but don't break defense to get absolutely demolished by any veteran quarterback with any football IQ whatsoever. The Colts had just two possessions in the entire third quarter against Atlanta because of this. And while offensive production was non-existent yesterday, it's still something to think about if opportunities were even. And then he goes to talk about the offense. But I wanted you so when I have been saying, and I'm not, and this is not towards you today, Pete, but when I've been saying for a very long time now, effort over scheme, this is exactly what this man wrote in a very, very, very incredibly skillful way.
Well, knowing the media like I know the media, you probably called him and
Nah,
gave
I
him
didn't.
all your notes just so he could write, just so you can say, "See, I fucking told you."
Is this who you are? I want you to be better.
No,
I want
I
you to
just
be
don't. I just don't
better.
let your headsets going like
That's
this
not.
because your
That's
head getting big. But look, nobody has said that you was wrong about your takes on the schemes.
fair enough.
Nobody,
Fair enough.
but I've always tried to stay on the positive side, and I try to look in between the lines,
Mhm.
because to me that it's not really a fine line between talent and scheme, but it's a pretty close line.
Mhm.
And what he wrote and what you read, he's 100% accurate. Talent can overshadow that. Just like if you guys remember Andrew Luck's first 2 years, his
Mhm.
talent outshined all the negative and bullshit O-line problems that we had. You think we got O-line problems now? Go back to 2012, 2013.
Mhm.
Those dudes weren't stopping grandmas coming through the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's 100% right. You're
Fact.
100% right. But when the
Fact.
scheme and the talent work, It is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my God, why are you off of the freaking receivers 15, 20 fucking yards when
Bruh,
they only need
consistently,
it, it's third and freaking 21,
bruh.
and you're off the receivers 30.
Fuck, dude, it's 4th and 2, and they bailing out. They literally it's 4th and 2, and they're backing out. They come up, they show press, and then they bail out before the snap. 4th and 2, dog. Like what the fuck? Like, and I'm not exaggerating. Like this is incredibly. I mean, I don't know. Sure, I'm
I
sure
I
Gus
I, s-
Bradley.
I said this Sunday in our group text
Okay.
that I need somebody that's a stat wizard to give me stats on how many third and long
Okay.
that we gave up this year.
Oh shit. Yeah. Adam J. Can you find that for us? Adam J. is the man. He always
Adam J
finds
is a
the
stat nerd. I should have called
he
him
yeah,
earlier.
he finds all the things we need. Adam J. What is our third down and long uh success against us rate? I don't even know how you say that. Give up rate. I don't know. We sound like
Yeah.
we're selling
Opponent's
lucid
completion
things.
rate.
Like yeah, we got to
Jeez.
be the bottom of the league on third
And
down.
then you watch a
Got to be.
game like you seen last night with Baltimore and San Fran. Two powerhouses this year.
Yeah.
Absolute. They've been running the league. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So give all credit to Lamar. He was a free agent. He was
Yeah.
huh,
Bet on
he,
yourself.
he was given permission to
Yeah.
find a trade partner and this and that, and nobody got him. And look at him now.
Facts.
So kudos to Lamar. But did you see how aggressive the entire game
Yeah.
Baltimore was?
4 picks
And
on Purdy or something like
five,
that. Oh, they got a 5th one.
five,
Damn, I stopped watching after the 4th. Shit.
yeah. And the
Damn.
thing is, I think I screenshotted it because I seen somebody post the stats.
First off, Pat looked like the Arby's commercial. 5.
He's
Or the
silly
tickle me
dog.
elbow. 5, 5, 5, 5.
She just not
I
a
love
bit
it.
today.
Anyway.
Where did it
Oh
go?
shit.
I
Okay,
know
well, why
it's.
you look that up?
But anyways, San Fran had more rushing yards. San Fran had more passing yards. San Fran killed them and damn near every statistical static category except for the takeaways. And those takeaways happen because of the aggressive defense that they
Okay.
called the entire night. Not just a play here, not just a play there, but the entire friggin' night.
This is the most we ever heard Pat talk.
And we've got,
He's
in my opinion, we've got better talent on our defense to be even more aggressive than what Baltimore was last night. And it's not utilized. And it's aggravating the living shit out of me.
scheme is broken, bro.
Absolutely.
I mean, go into the game, right? Let's talk about the game. Atlanta stayed pressure wise heavy on us all game. Gardner never adjusted. Gardner never got settled. Tackles were getting beat left and right. Shit, the people were getting beat up the middle left and right. No run game to be had or to be found. After the first drive, when we got 6 first downs, there was nothing to be had. Right. And I talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the pod. I feel like that first drive is always kind of just like a filler out, right? Like, okay, either we're going to accept what just happened to us if the team go down there and score, like it's going to be a long damn day in the words of Pat McAfee, or we're going to go back, look at our Surface tablets and be able to make some adjustments. Well, Atlanta clearly made adjustments on drive 2 all the way to the end. The Colts, we were just kind of like, and I hate when the people say this. This is what fucking pisses me off. In a game of inches where it's supposed to be a game of adjustments, you constantly have to rewrite yourself throughout this entire game because we're not thinking about the game that we just played and we're not thinking about the game next week. We are focused on the 4 quarters we have against the team we're playing against. So we don't just go out and do what we do. I've heard Gus Bradley multiple times say, well, yeah, we just go out there and we play our base defense. He was telling us that shit in training camp this year. And he's still telling us that type of shit after games.
It wasn't
I'm
you.
sick of this shit, bro.
Wasn't it you that asked him the question about having more blitzes this year?
I don't know if I asked him that. I did talk to Gus Bradley at training camp. We had to go back and find the video. I can't remember exactly what I asked, but I don't.
And
I
whoever it was, he shot
yeah.
down. No,
Yeah, he did
no,
say, yeah, he said we don't use a lot of blitz in our scheme, and that's just kind of how we play, and we depend on the Leo and this and that. Bro, this is the biggest problem that I have with this defense, honestly, beyond the bailouts, is the fact that the alignment is so fucking give me. We line up so gappy, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like, there's 5 people on the offensive line, 6 if they got a tight end in, and we try to line up as wide as we get. Okay. We try to get as wide as we can. So literally, the guards primarily are being able to get free access to our backers. Mind you, we only got 2 in the game primarily. So as soon as they get a helmet on them, good night, right? Because those 6 players, the 4 linemen and the 2 backers now, are chewed the fuck up in a matter of a few seconds. So now, like I've been talking about, you got fucking safeties and corners and shit, and Kenny trying to be a nickel, flying up there to try to make these tackles, but by the time they get there, they're already at yard 7, 8, maybe sometimes 10, maybe even more. Hell, we lost Julian Blackman, who's now in the IR because he had to come up and try to be like a fucking lineman. I mean, like a linebacker, except for he's running up from 15, 20 yards deep. I'm like, bro, this plan is trash. It is trash. We're getting shredded. Mind you, last week, okay, coming into this game, and I know you can't compare different teams, but the Carolina Panthers, the utmost worst team in the NFL, only yielded 11 yards to Bijan Robinson. Only 11. What? And he comes out here and looks like he just runs all over us. And we over here, and this is no shout out to the squad, whatever. We still supporting the team, but we up here trying to, promote hey, put this person in the Pro Bowl, put this person in the Pro Bowl based off of what we saw. Pat, you and I have talked about this, right?
yeah.
Shout out to this guy. You know who that is behind me. That's old Shaq Leonard. This is when he was Darius, by the way. But he led the team in tackles yesterday, talking about the Eagles. 7 tackles and 2 for a loss and a sack and some other shit. Now, he wasn't good enough to play on this defense. Cool. For missing assignments, not making tackles. I seen EJ Speed, multiple missed tackles, multiple missed assignments. Zaire Franklin, the man, multiple missed tackles, multiple missed assignments. Kenny, the man, multiple missed tackles. I mean, multiple missed tackles, multiple times out of position. The touchdown that was given up to Pitts, as you said, he was out of position,
Way out of position.
way out of position. But the problem becomes they're trying to make up too many gap yards. Like, you're already
Agreed.
spread thin because you're trying to slice the field up in a nickel formation. And then they overload one side, which means that you have to stay. What makes our defense so terrible is if you watch when they talk about the quarterback freezing the middle linebacker or the safety with their eyes. Our defense is so gappy that linebacker has to stay to the last second. That safety has to stay to the last second. As soon as that quarterback makes it, it's too late. They can't recover. And that's what we've been watching. That's why it's so easy to play this. Like the guy skillfully said in the thing that I read earlier from Colts Report, for too long now, we have been bend but don't break with some guys that have basically overcome this bullshit scheme. And on those days, we salute them. We say, hey, they're great. But on the days like Sunday, you're like, I don't give a shit who you were. Kenny, Zaire, EJ, everybody looked bad because the scheme was just getting fucking shelled all day. And that's where I am with this, bro. Like you said, there's too much talent, too much money on that side of the ball to constantly come out and give this effort. And I'm not calling for somebody's job, but I'm fucking am. If we could cut fucking Shaq Leonard and we see DCs and head coaches and OCs get fired all the time, what does Gus Bradley have on the fucking team that you can't let him go? What the fuck does he have on the team? He got something on the team. He knows some shit or something.
Hell, he's only been here a couple of years. You can't know that damn much.
I mean, I don't know, because this dude should have been fired.
But look how
weeks ago.
Look how we did against Baltimore this year.
Yeah, I remember.
We were aggressive.
I remember.
And we stifled them.
There. I was fucking there.
And we stifled them, didn't we?
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Well, why aren't we doing this every game, every freaking play? Look, and I'm going to piggyback on what you said. No, we're not down on the team, and we'll always support this team.
Right.
But at this point, and what we're seeing in this season, we have so many questions of why
Mm.
that those questions aren't getting answered. And
Nobody's
it's
even trying to answer them, right?
no, and nobody's asking those questions, you know? And
So
and and it's just from our side uh, of the world, it's just frustrating as all get out because we know this defense can stop anybody.
yes,
Look, 49ers arguably have the best defense in the NFL this year.
them in
They couldn't
Cleveland.
stop
Yeah,
what we stopped.
fact.
So that tells me we're better when we're aggressive.
It's like styles make fights, like boxing, right? Like I would be leery to say that just because you match up better with certain personnel. But I get what you're saying. In the overall scheme of
And
things, you count
you're
them 1 to
100% right.
32. Yeah, like it, but it's tough though. Like certain matchups, like for instance, anybody with a half decent halfback that can catch the ball out the backfield is a problem for us. Why? Because we can't stop the screen to save our fucking life. It's
Can't stop it.
literally the bubonic plague in medieval times. Like it's wiping us out every fucking time we step
If
on
I
the
was
field.
Arthur Smith,
Crazy.
I would have called a screenplay
Every
every play
fucking play.
because they were getting 20, 25 yards on
Every
every screenplay,
fucking play. Okay, so let's
and
break down our
we
29
get
and 10 loss.
negative yards when we run a screen.
First off, let's say this. Michael Pittman Jr. not in this offense for whatever reason. It's not a good day for us because I'm telling you right now, it showed. I mean, he's getting 10, 12 targets a game and catching 8 or 9 of them. And guess what we didn't have? We never had a consistent passing game. We had a moment here, a moment there, but a consistent, like, hey, I need 6 here. I need 7 here. I need a first down here. No, no, no. Alec Pierce keep dropping passes. Jesus Christ. Gardner Minshew still looking very rattled at times. Jesus Christ. Like,
With no
man,
pocket
with
presence
no
again.
pocket presence. The offensive line. Let's just 29-10 real quick. No
Oh, I
breaks
don't
went
want to
our
talk
way.
about them. Those guys have pissed me off more than Gus Bradley has.
Bruh. Looks, man.
Oh,
No breaks went our way. Defense was terrible, as we've been hitting on. Atlanta brought pressure all day, and we never adjusted. Tackling was fucking putrid, atrocious. O-line was not good. I mean, I'm sure Shane Steichen has so much to talk about this week in practice. So we'll let him do that. We won't know what those words are, but hopefully we'll adjust and see something. Because here is what football karma will do to you. Here's what the gods of football will do to you. This is, and I remember talking about this, Pat, and I'm not saying I'm walking right back down that road, but I said when 2 years ago, when we basically blamed Carson Wentz for all the things that
it
went
wasn't
wrong.
we.
No, not we like we. I mean, we
Okay.
like Jim Irsay and apparently the brass and the whole fan base. Everybody wanted his head after Jacksonville, right? Football karma is literally giving us the exact same scenario to include playing the exact same team to start said scenario. 2 years ago, after coming off a victory, which Jonathan Taylor blew out the whole entire Lucas Oil Stadium when he had a 70-something yards, I don't know, 60, 70-yard run to close out the Patriots game. We then brought in the Raiders. Then we had to go on the road to play the Jags. And we controlled our destiny. We won any one of those games, we would have been in the playoffs. This year, coming into this third game, had we beat Atlanta, we had a 93% chance, I believe, maybe even higher, 96% chance of making the playoffs. But now, lo and behold, with 2 weeks to go, here comes the Raiders, like they did last 2 years ago. The only difference is they have a new quarterback, no Derek Carr, and they got some other pieces. And then the last game, we bring in a division foe, the Houston Texans. The 2 years ago, we had to go on the road to a division foe, the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is football karma. Okay. Now, this didn't have anything to do with Shane Steichen. He wasn't the coach, none of the things. But what I'm getting at is we see ourselves walking right back into that same fucking situation where we control the cards. And right now, if you had to take 100 fans that are Colts fans and ask them a serious question, do we get in? If you take the fandom out, I think the real question would be like, I don't fucking know. Because if you look at social media the last couple days, I mean, of course, people go off the deep end. They start, crushing the team. This team ain't worth a damn, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. But I'm also saying, I don't know where my belief is in this team. We're talking about the Atlanta Falcons right now. Like, don't get me wrong, decent squad, I guess. But what? Not like that. Not what
No.
they put on tape prior to us coming in there. Any given Sunday, sure. But the way we played, and we got to play a hot Raiders team, which I can't wait to collab with our Sick Podcast Raiders show in a couple days to hear what they think, because they're hot. Antonio Pierce got this team playing. They had zero offense. I don't think they completed a pass or some shit like that for like 2.5 quarters. Zero offense outside of the run game that closed them out last night, and they beat the Chiefs. I think they swept the Chiefs this year, if I'm correct. Didn't they beat the Chiefs both games? We need to find that out.
I don't know.
I feel like I feel like they swept the Chiefs.
They might have.
More of the story is that's neither here or there. They are hot right now. Their defense is playing out of their mind. Max Crosby is a fucking monster, and I don't have elite confidence. That, I mean, 2 weeks ago they put up.
If he goes on Breedland's side, it's over with.
That's what I'm saying. 2 weeks ago they put up 63 points against the Chargers. What the and got what's his name? Brandon Staley fired. It was so bad. That's what got. I mean, he had been struggling for the last 2 years, actually. With how he's using Herbert and all these things, and that game put a nail in his coffin. So this team is not to be taken lightly. Like, oh, this should be an easy win for us. Yeah, I don't fucking know. And the Texans, I mean, they got their faces melted, but for the last couple of weeks prior to this, they were still finding ways to win without CJ Stroud until Joe Flacco came into Houston and shut them down. Bro, we had everything we needed.
Everything.
To have a different conversation tonight. Had we won that game, we're division leaders right now.
To answer your question, no, they did not sweep the Chiefs.
Oh, they didn't sweep the Chiefs.
Okay. Chiefs beat them the first matchup.
Okay.
31-17.
Okay, my fault. I thought they did. But I mean, I feel like I'm not even being funny, bro. Like, it's football karma again. Jacksonville is constantly. We talked about injuries to quarterbacks and all these things. They are putting Trevor Lawrence in jeopardy, getting fucking wrecked. They've lost their last 3 or last 4, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Now he has a sprained AC joint, right? He was coming off of a concussion. He was coming off of an ankle sprain. So that team has kind of been all over the place the last few weeks, losing. And we still are in the same position. We're still in 7th. They're still in 4th. You know what I'm saying? Everything that needed to happen, they lost. The Texans lost. It was a way to put some space between us and the Texans and jump into the front. And guess what? We couldn't take care of business. See, we always talk about what always has to happen. I mean, a lot of people talk about that pregame. Oh, we got to do this. We got to do this. And that team needs to lose. Oh, shit. What does it mean? The Steelers won. But we were not. We were counting Atlanta in the bag. Like easy money. And Atlanta was like, oh, no, not here, sir. Arthur Smith is fighting for his job, and it showed. So, hey, man. The Raiders are coming to town. This ain't the night that we talk about that. We'll talk about that either tomorrow or the night after when we're able to do the collab with the Raiders pod. But I don't know, man. If I had to be 100% honest, one word, and they say go. No. This team is not playoff bound, in my opinion.
After what I saw Sunday, okay. I'm in agreement with that.
All right, well,
absolutely. You want to be a champion, you have to play like a champion. You have to coach like a champion. I'm not just putting everything on one guy or one side of the ball or anything like that. It was a total shit show team effort.
Facts.
Sunday. Total.
And you know what, man?
As fast as their defense was busting through our line, you couldn't have called any other audibles out there. You got the speedy little quick guy and Josh Downs. Dump that shit to him and let him take off.
This is what I hate, bro. And we got to wrap
Good
up.
night.
This is what I hate. Like, we have a lot of holes, and we've been overcompensating for these holes. I'll give Shane Steichen and crew that. But what really needs to happen, and what people need to stop saying, and I mean this, maybe this is something internal because I've heard us say this too. Fuck that next man up shit. I get it. That's what got to happen. But you're not going to be the same team. So knowing that, you have to have the proper adjustments. I don't know what that is, but knowing you're not going to have Michael Pittman Jr., the answer that DJ Montgomery, who had a decent game against the Steelers, is the answer is foolish. So what I'm getting at is next man up because he has to play. Absolutely. But let's be practical in our thinking here.
Yeah, you can't live by that
That's what I'm saying.
mindset.
And sometimes
You just have to deal with
yeah,
that when it comes about.
yeah.
But
That's
but
true.
don't live it.
Yeah, people live it, and that's starting to, like, I'm like, bro, like, I know you want to say these things, but and we know Chris Ballard is known for finding gems and all these things like that, and that's cool, and we're gonna give him praise when he does that. But there's a reason that we're saying pay Michael Pittman Jr. his money. There was a reason that we were like, Jonathan Taylor's back, we can sigh. Like,
Yeah,
those are reasons. Yeah,
there's a reason that they're the next man,
yeah,
not the man.
yeah. And then you can go back to AR too. Like, I get it. Next man up, Gardner Minshew has technically won all 8 games this year. And technically, he's only lost 5 because AR was in 2 of them that we lost. But but this team, and for everybody that said this, and I said this before, this is the last thing I'm gonna say before we get out of here. If you ever in your life continuously lay your hand on the fact that we're just fine without Anthony Richardson and our QB is a glass quarterback and all this other silly shit I've been reading,
Oh my.
please stop it. Anthony Richardson, if he did not complete a single pass, gives this team way more opportunity to win than Gardner Minshew. That's no knock on Gardner Minshew. That's just knowing that there's massive limitations when number 10 has the ball in his hand versus when number 5 has the ball in his hand. Let's just dead all of that shit. Like, let's not even play around. Okay.
5, baby.
Let's just not play around with that. And that shit's starting to show, right? Because again,
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, the kid is electric, and we knew that in the games that we saw in limited, and we see when, like, oh shit, this would be great to get an actionable play. It's not even 50-50 with Gardner. It could be 30-70. It could be 10-90. It could be 0-100.
And like Country said in the text, this defense has been so inconsistent all year long.
Yeah.
A freaking Pop Warner offensive coach can game plan against our
He's
defense.
not even trying to adjust, man. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, it's literally like why do you have a play sheet? Because it can't be nothing on it. There's like, I see him covering his mic and calling something, bro. There's nothing on the sheet. But
I
drop
think
back.
I think it's a Waffle House menu.
It's got to be.
Looking at.
It's got to be, because literally the play is
he ain't
drop
playing
back.
no calls off that damn sheet.
This is the play. Drop back, show press, drop back out of press, come up, make the tackle. If you miss a tackle, we're fucked on 3. That's what Zaire hears in his helmet. That's just what comes through the microphone. Show press, back out of press, come up, make the tackle. If we miss a tackle, we're fucked. Break.
and it'll be your fault.
I've been telling you, B. I've been telling you. He puts them in such bad positions that literally, if they miss a tackle, the next person that's there is gonna probably initiate contact at a minimum 5 yards after the guy that missed the tackle. And we've seen that all day Sunday.
All day.
Somebody missed a tackle on Bijan. Guess what? 5 yards or more is the next time you see another person that gets a chance to tackle the man. That's shit scheme, because all they're doing is overloading one side. They create a one-on-one. Their guy wins the one-on-one, and good night.
And I don't want to hear Bradley say, oh, well, the guys were getting gas, so we had to do this. No, motherfucker, it's your fault they're getting gas. Because we can't get 3 and outs no more. because we're not aggressive enough. You leave the damn middle of the field wide ass open that my fat ass can make a run and catch and get a first down. And that's sorry.
Sammy, with that, I'm waving the white flag. Get us out of here, Sammy.
I'm taking a gummy.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.